In the age of ChatGPT and other forms of artificial intelligence is something that has puzzled most governments with how to handle this issue. The motion of today reads, the government needs to ban all forms of artificial intelligence. I read the motion again. The government needs to ban all forms of artificial intelligence. In this derby today, we have Kathiani girls versus Kathiani boys in the Lower Eastern Region debates, and all the best to both teams. Team proposition, first speaker, you have 3 minutes.
If kantai atai, why kantai tai atai as kantai atai? Good afternoon, fellow gentlemen and ladies. My name is Rosalia Mumo, Kathiani Girls High School, strongly proposing the motion, government needs to ban all forms of artificial intelligence. To start with, what is artificial intelligence? This is according to Oxford Online Dictionary, which states that artificial intelligence is the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translation between languages. And what is to ban? According to the same Oxford Online Dictionary, it states that to ban is to officially or legally prohibit something. Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. A kilo of unga is currently retaining at 260 shillings. A kilo of sugar at 240. A little of petrol is 189 Kenyan shillings. It is expensive. Artificial intelligence is expensive, yet the Kenyan government, at the perception that we are right now, we cannot even sustain our basic needs as a country. Advantages of artificial intelligence is, first of all, it is expensive, as I've just stated. The ability to create a machine that can simulate human intelligence is no small feat. It requires plenty of time, resources, and can cost a huge deal of money, which at our current situation in country, we have no that amount of money. Artificial intelligence also needs to operate on the latest hardware and software to stay updated and meet the latest requirements, thus making it quite costly. Not unless the artificial intelligence is banned will we go from andamano come Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Secondly, artificial intelligence leads to unemployment. One of the examples of artificial intelligence is a robot. Robots may threaten employment because they may replace humans at workplaces. At our current situation, employment is really difficult for everyone to get. Now, can you imagine we have no employment, job opportunities, and yet we come up with artificial intelligence? Now, the few people who are currently working, they are going to miss out that opportunity and the robots will take. Hereby, I say that artificial intelligence should be banned in the government of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First speaker, team opposition, you have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not by our loving or by our choosing, but you need to agree with me that human beings are inseparable to error. My name is Jesse Ford from Kathiani Boys High School, here to oppose the motion that says the government needs to ban all forms of AI. Now, artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, it is the computer programming system that mimics human intelligence, or it can surpass human intelligence. Now, I want to lay my foundation in 2 main areas. And talk about human error. Human error has been the one of the core issues that make us do mistakes rather again and again and again. But let me tell you something. We have artificial intelligence. Now, this one gives you factual results, accurate result with no approximation. We have been relying on books that have been telling us, hey, the diameter of the world is approximately. But we have artificial intelligence that gives you results, factual result based on what calculated algorithms based on the program. And with all this, we talk about let's talk about Indians and the Chinese. They are using this artificial intelligence in their medical surgeries. And we talk about human beings are always made to error. But now we talk about the Indians and Chinese implementing this, and they use it in surgery. This increases the high percentage of survival. And if we compare it with the human surgery, there are a lot of errors can happen during a surgery. And talk about the human productivity rate as my second point. Humans tend to operate for 3 to 4 hours. Let's talk about my judges. My judges will be taking a break after a short while. But we have the artificial intelligence. This one works 24/7, 365 days. We're talking about not getting tired, not getting biased with any of, let's say we are in a debate and now we have the artificial intelligence judging us. In that kind of perception, I think we'll be preferring the artificial intelligence to judge us because one, they don't have emotions. They judge on what our arguments are, the strong points, and that's how beneficial artificial intelligence is. I want to raise this Kathiani derby down to just say that if we human beings were that perfect, we could be far. But look at us now. Most lives have been lost due to our hands or what we see. But now we have a new solution capable of working out all our problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Second speaker, team proposition, you have 3 minutes.
Roses are red, violets are blue. There is incompetence, incomplete production. My name is Peace Mwema, Kathiani Girls High School. Hereby strongly propose the motion that the government should ban all forms of AI. I beg to correct my brother who said that AI has no emotions. Well, we all know that pain, anger, happiness, these are the emotions that drive human functions. When we do not function through emotions, this means that AI is taking over the human race. You cannot tell me that each and everything has to be operated through computering. We also need emotions to drive our functions. My brother also said that AI it promotes our productivity rates, whereby a human being works for 2 to 3 hours, but AI works 24/7. Are you suggesting that through AI we shall make human beings just sit down and do nothing just because we have a technology? We need effort. Effort is what makes us who we are. So we cannot tell me that each and every task is actually given to the AI. So back to my point. Are you aware of the website ChatGPT? Well, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI and launched on 30th November 2022. ChatGPT works by breaking down language inputs such as sentences into smaller components and analyzing their meanings and importances. To generate response, the government wanted to ban ChatGPT because it affects the quality of graduates, since they use it to do all the assignments and projects, according to the standard Saturday 2022. Therefore, this leads to producing incompetent graduates, whereby when these incompetent graduates get to the work field, they cannot do anything because at the university level, the ChatGPT, which is a product of AI, did everything for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Second speaker, team opposition, you have 3 minutes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. So, Abdul Rashid, the Kathiani Boys High School. here to oppose the motion. The government should ban all forms of artificial intelligence. So, they are enemies of development. It is evident and it is key that you note this. Now, they talk about unemployment. At the same time, she has also talked about graduates that are not going to the that are going to the universities and won't get any degrees. So think about this. Those graduates, if they graduate, yet they're talking about unemployment, that means they are not going to get work. But this isn't always the case. The thing that I've noticed on this side is that we attend to the negative aspect. The human mind tends to think much on the negative aspect because this is not always the case. Artificial intelligence gives humans the opportunity because a case study by the headline hitters proves that artificial intelligence could create 97 billion jobs and generate $15.7 trillion for the economy by 2030, while eliminating mandate tasks and helping workers to create awareness and creativity amongst themselves. They talk about expenses. They've already come into the finance sector, but the finance bill 2023, the main thing that is causing us as a country, more so it's in terms of the taxations. So you find that China, mid-April, it actually released new rules based on the Cyberspace Administration of China, which is the watchdog of internet development in China, which actually, it administers services of the artificial intelligence. It is actually a generative artificial intelligence. Because you find that they have released it to the common so-called mwananchi. You, me, both of us. You find that with this, those so-called expenses, they are going to be regained back. How am I saying this? Because we find that the current version of this generative artificial intelligence is going to be based on, it has already been removed, the language indicating factors that are going to hinder any problem coming with it. Because so far it has already produced over 100,000 yen, which totals up to $14,227 for violation. Thus, it is secure. If this money can be gotten for free, the government will get this money for the violation, which is going now to provide capital. Now, in Rwanda, 2019, two doctors by the names Kevin Marigimana and David Ngyashimaye, they are medical healthcare practitioners. They released an AI that provides, because in Africa, we have a 0.2 in 1,000 people who are medical practitioners, unlike in Italy, where we have 8 out of 1,000 people per capita. So, you, enemies of development, try to look at the positive aspect of things. It is not always about negativity. So, with that, I do not rest my case. Instead, what I do this, I put an end to this. Join our side. Thank you very much. Rashid Abdul, Kathiani Boys High School.
Thank you very much. Team proposition, you have 3 minutes.
Artificial intelligence is making us foolish because it hinders our creativity. There are two things that I am sure about: the universe and human stupidity. My name, Adriana Grace, from Kathiani Girls High School, here to strongly propose a motion that states that the government should ban all forms of artificial intelligence. According to PubMed Central, artificial intelligence, known by some, is going to change not only the way we do things, how we relate to others, but also what we know about ourselves. Along with the rapid development of cybernetic technology in recent years, artificial intelligence has been seen almost in all our life circles. And some of that may be no longer regarded as artificial intelligence because it is so common in daily life that we are so used to it, such as optical character recognition, or the Siri, into brackets, speech interpretation and recognition interface of information, searching equipment on computer. So this dependency will lead to our social decadence. We will replace our family and friends, which will cause us to have lack of unity. So I think that most of the time we should spend our time having effort and not using artificial intelligence to replace what as humans are capable of doing. Because you'll find that some robots are used to replace jobs that can be done by humans, and these humans are able to do it way better than the robots can do it. And also, these robots who we say that are used to solve problems, they do not solve most of the problems that we face in our daily lives, because the robots are mostly function to do only novel solutions. But then us humans can solve upcoming solutions, because we have emotions, and we can come up with solutions through our creativity and knowledge. So I, Adriana Grace, rest my case.
Third speaker, team opposition, you have 3 minutes.
They say join them if you can beat them, but beat them if you can join them. On stage is Samuel Mutua, ready to oppose the motion that say the government needs to ban all forms of AI. And first I'm going to start with the definition of AI according to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. AI, according to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, is an area of study concerned with making computers mimic human behavior, intelligence to be particular. Now, from the definition already, we know that if we do away with AI, we'll be disadvantaging ourselves. Why? We have problems, and the problems, they need solutions. And solutions, they need intelligence in order for them to be done with. So if we do away with the AI, we will have a slower rate of solution terms. So based on your point on humanity, so the question is it really the AI that forces people to go to lengths of doing such acts, or is it really self-control that is lacking in human beings? Well, for this case, I suggest that you find somebody else to blame that on, the devil for this case. Now, based on my points, new inventions, the artificial intelligence is putting forth in energy in all fields to ensure that we have inventions to make things effective. For example, new inventions like the self-driven car, which uses a combination of cameras, sensors, and AI algorithms based to navigate road and traffic. This encourages road safety, and also is advantageous to accessibility with people with disability. For example, the way Tesla is doing. Lastly, provision of a wider field of research. AI, to be particular, ChatGPT, provides a wider field of research, such that we can have, rather than going to libraries and searching for information in piles and piles of books, you can get the information at the comfort of your house. Now, this is very advantageous because it will save time, and solutions to things will be done within no time. So, let us not act illiterate. I was yours, Samuel Mutua.
Thank you very much to both teams. We will be taking closing remarks. Team proposition, you have 1 minute to give your closing remark.
So for me, I will say that, as you say that we are supposed to develop the artificial intelligence, I suggest that don't forget about our country. The situation we are now, we are amongst the world third countries. And this means that we are at a very low state in which that we cannot even afford to satisfy all the needs of our members, our citizens. So I hereby say that for us to keep on with this artificial intelligence, do you mean that we are supposed to keep on asking for debts from other countries, making us to come insufficient and unstable for us to keep this artificial intelligence on? I suppose that instead of thinking of starting to ask for debts from other countries, what about if we come up with an idea among us ourselves and make our country a very sustained country so that we may come with a solution of how we are going to pay the debts we have instead of taking the debts we have.
Thank you very much. Team Opposition, we will be taking closing remarks. You have 1 minute to give your closing remark.
So, me again, Rashid Abdul, Kathiani Boys High School. You talk about ideas, you enemy of development. When are these ideas going to be put in play? When we are dead? Is that the case? No, we want something that is effective as from now, since artificial intelligence can actually surpass the intellectual capacity of humans. Why can't we work hand in hand with them in order to produce better outcomes? I've come to notice something. Most of us, more so my sisters here, I'm giving an example with the slightest AI component. I'm wearing glasses, aren't I? Now, I've removed my glasses. We have the contact lens developed. The modern ones, actually, the real model was developed in 2012 in the United States of America, whereby this contact lens, they actually give a relieving features to the eye, because even them, they can agree with me. Wearing this piece of metal of glass, it's actually tiresome in a day. So, Albert Einstein himself, he said this: we cannot keep on wanting to solve problems with the same thinking, the same brains that actually created the problems themselves. So, as the Kathiani boys, let's close our books and papers. This motion is done. Thank you.
Very heated argument and response from the team. I'm going to start with the proposers. For Rosalia, I think you're very well spoken. Congratulations. Thank you for bringing the aspect of how expensive AI systems are and the probability of it leading to lack of employment. For peace, your rebuttal was good when it comes to emotions from the first opposer. And just making us understand more what Rosalia meant by lack of jobs and that. Thank you also for bringing up the issue of ChatGPT. That's very important, especially in the world that we're living in, because ChatGPT is an actual thing. For Adriana, the aspect of it making us more foolish because it's doing most of the work that we're doing, and also the ability for the human beings to just be creative in what they're in what it is that they're doing. However, for Adriana, I think you were reading a lot. I think you had very good points, but you were reading so much that at some point you were getting confused and it was making your points very blur. So it would be nice for you to maybe understand your points better before you present so that it doesn't blur your points. However, I think you are making very good points. For Kathiani boys, I'll start with Jesse. Very well articulated. I found your definition of AI very simplistic, which is good. It was simple but very well understandable. Your points were articulate, accuracy, productivity, and the fact that there is no bias, which is true because AI has no emotions. For Abdul, your points were very, very good. I think amongst all your team members, you had the most factual points. However, I felt like you were skipping from one point to the other too fast, that they blurred what you wanted to say. So it felt like your arguments were not as coherent, but from what I picked, you had so many case studies, which is good, so many examples from the people in Rwanda and just debunking the idea of expenses, so that's good. And for Samuel, for bringing up Tesla and the ability for us to do more research because we have a wider field. with the AI other than going to the books, other than going to the library to read the books. So overall, I think your research was well done. More can be done, but this was very well done, and I felt like people really read through this.
Cases well laid down. Just a few tips to make your presentations better from a general angle. Of course, examples of AI needed to strongly come out, apart from mentioning Siri and ChatGPT. We felt from the judge's desk that you could have done more justice on other examples of AI, and for the proposers, because you are saying the government needs to ban all forms of artificial intelligence, you needed to give us some more case studies on where artificial intelligence has actually led to some negative consequences. If you're making general statements like it makes students lazy, do we have research to support this? If you give that statement, like you're giving a topic sentence and then you have supporting sentences which are backed with statistics and figures and research and sources, then you become a very strong debater. So let's work on that. Then we need to avoid too much reading. That automatically makes you lose marks for style and presentation and mastery of content, because you're basically reading verbatim what you have. So let's work on that. Then another pointer that I want to say, Rosalia came with if cantai, atai. I was waiting for the relevance of that to the motion at hand. Peace came up with the roses are red, violets are blue. I was waiting for the relevance of that. It never came out. It's a very good way to start with a powerful quote or a statement, but it needs to be relevant to the motion at hand. In fact, if you give a relevant starter, a very catchy hook statement, it gives you marks for style and presentation. So let's avoid making general statements as starters or as introductory statements. Otherwise, all the best to both teams.
A better round of applause, please, for both teams on stage. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of this debate, and I must say, when we're talking matters artificial intelligence, this could be a much more extended debate, but I will go straight to the judges' points. And the judges have awarded Kathiani boys with 64%. A round of applause, please, for Kathiani boys. And the judges have awarded Kathiani girls with 63%. A round of applause, please, for Kathiani girls. And the winners of this debate are Kathiani boys with 64%. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this derby here at the debate circle, and congratulations to both teams as we proceed towards the finals. And also, remember to check our social media handles for more of this content and debates at the debate circle on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Threads, and equally on LinkedIn. Until next time, it is goodbye from us. Kwaheri.